Welcome to Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance. I'm glad to have him back. His name is Jeff Prang. He's a council member in the city of West Hollywood, and you've actually served on the city council for how many years?
I've been there since 1997.
Right, so there's no doubt you've seen the city really grow. Have you lived in the city since its incorporation in '84?
No, I came in 1987.
So you've lived there for a long time.
I've been there to see tremendous transition from what that city was when it incorporated in '84 to the growing and thriving city as it is today.
Let's talk about that. When we look back to the 80s, I think about West Hollywood back then. I was living in the area of Los Angeles, and it seemed as if it was, you know, kind of a mixed city. There were some older folks, Soviet Jewish immigrants. I think there were some gays and lesbians, but I didn't really know. Yeah. What was it like back then?
The city was it had a very large LGBT population, as it still does today, about 40%.
Okay.
But a lot of LGBT people moved there because in those days you had to live in concentrated areas for safety and for support. We had a lot of elderly Jewish immigrants who came. Remember the Refuseniks from the 1970s settled in the greater West Hollywood area, and they came together to create the city based on issues of civil rights as well as rent control and affordable housing. But the city was very bohemian. It was an exciting place to come and visit, and it still is, but the city has grown. It's gentrified as the city incorporated and was able to invest more in infrastructure and neighborhoods and public safety. Things have changed, property values have gone up, so there's a lot of effort to try to hold on to those elements that made West Hollywood such a special place, but then there's pressures on the opposite side to build.
Right, let's talk about those pressures, because when you march around West Hollywood, there's no doubt you see what you would have traditionally seen, which is the fun, the excitement, with some old folks walking around, but some of those older folks are dying off just through natural causes. But we also see a lot of young heterosexual couples strolling around with children.
Well, West Hollywood is, in many ways, it is more designed for younger people. 85% of our housing is multifamily housing. We are identified by two very large entertainment districts. The Sunset Strip is in West Hollywood, then what's colloquially called Boys Town, the LGBT bar district. And so our population of 40,000 blooms to 150,000 on Friday and Saturday night.
Really? So,
and a lot of young people like to be there where they can walk to the gym, walk to the stores, walk to work, walk to the clubs.
But it's not just young gay and lesbian. That's what's different.
It is changing.
It is changing. It's it's heterosexual couples sending their kids to West Hollywood Elementary.
Because young people who want that urban sort of environment want to live on the west side of Los Angeles County, and West Hollywood is now firmly planted as one of the mainstays of the West Side. It's got great housing, great entertainment and restaurants and services, and people want to be there.
Big coup, if I may say. We all know Oprah Winfrey. She's been Chicago-based for decades. She is moving her network?
Her network headquarters are moving to West Hollywood, to the old, what's called The Lot. Some people may remember it as the Warner Hollywood Studios. Actually, the studios actually goes back to Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks.
Okay, how did that happen? I mean, that's really, you know, we know she's had a place in Santa Barbara. We know she has some offices here in the Los Angeles area, but that's a big move.
I think it speaks really well to the entertainment industry in Hollywood and Los Angeles that are working very hard to keep jobs and production here in
And what does that
County.
Do for property taxes, property values?
Property values in West Hollywood have been increasing rather dramatically. Even during the height of the recession, we did not have very much of a dip, and for the most part, they've been restored. West Hollywood last year was in the top 10 growth cities in LA County for property values.
It's remarkable. His name is Jeff Prang. He has been a resident of the city of West Hollywood since 1987. My name is Brad Palmer, so I want to thank you so much for joining us on Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.